where ideas take shape, thoughts find depth, and every conversation explores the art of thinking beyond the obvious. And today I have my special guest building at the intersection of behavior, design, tech, and well being. Co founder and CEO of Glen Lab, former CEO of Mojo Interactive, and certified performance coach, no other than Mr. Glen Lubbert.
Hello, hello.
Welcome, and I'm sarcastic, Mr. Glenn. And can you please introduce more about yourself that I missed?
Oh, that sounds great. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you for having me. This is a great introduction. I'm really excited to be here. We've been working in the space for many, many years at Stamina Lab, and our team is been focused on how to help people improve their health and well-being through sustainable behavior change. And that's really at the heart of what I do and how I live my life around a solution-focused approach to improving yourself and making the changes you want to make in your life.
Mr. Glenn Lubbert, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. And today, let's talk about from restless to rested, a solution focused approach to sleep and recovery. So, tell us, how does a solution focused approach to sleep problem fundamentally differ from the traditional path of just diagnosing disorders or focusing on what's wrong?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you, Daniel. We like to say sleep isn't everything, but it impacts everything. So, really, when you're looking at how to improve just about anything in your life or make a change in your life or just try to have more things you want to do with the people you love, working on your sleep is something that will impact everything, give you more energy, more focus, more resilience. So, like I said, you can do more of the things you want to do. And often when we approach this of how to improve our sleep, we work on what's not working, what is quote unquote broken. But with our approach, we build from is what is your skills and strengths, looking for the times when you are doing things just even a little bit better. And that's where you really get lasting change, and it's much more joyful, instead of going down the root cause analysis. And I can go into deep details on how that works, but really the difference is when you go try to look at what's wrong and try to fix from what's wrong, your solutions only come from what's wrong. And when you work from a solutions focused approach, you work from your possibilities and what you want instead, and what difference will that make. And when you do go that direction, there's many paths to that same river, as we like to say. And that's, I think, the fundamental difference between our approach and just about everybody else.
Mr. Glenn, how do you help people move beyond the rigid goal of 8 hours and redefine what rested actually means and feels like for them personally?
Yeah, that's what is at the heart of it is like, okay, well, you should get 8 hours. You should go to bed at this time. You should do this morning routine, and you should do this evening routine. And that's really what I think uh, really helps people or gets people stuck. And also, it makes it feel like it's so rigid, and it's a rigid schedule that I have to stick to, and it's something that's not personalized to me individually. And when it's not intrinsic to you, it doesn't fit specifically in your life. We're all different. So what works for you does not always work for somebody else. So trying to follow these shoulds, even the 8 hour should, doesn't it doesn't lead to successful change, and keeps us stuck in that guilt and shame and frustration with trying to be this exact time period, and it's really looking at, okay, well, how do you feel when you get that sleep score in the morning? So many people have sleep trackers, or because they're trying to improve their sleep. It's such a big problem that this is a huge industry on helping people identify the problem that they have, but it doesn't really help you with the solution. And so when you see that sleep score in the morning, and it's a 60 something or 50 something or whatever the number is, and you're like, oh, well, what went wrong? I got to figure that out. I'm going to feel bad for the rest of the day because I only had a 56 or whatever the score was. And we like to say, so check in with yourself first. What does your energy feel like? That's really what matters. What do you feel like? And that's the score that matters to you. Even if you only had 6 hours or 8 hours or 5 hours, what do you notice that about your own energy level, your own focus?
Yes, indeed. Know yourself, people. Even if you have 5 hours, but you are happy with it, why not?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
does the intense pressure to get sleep actually become the very thing that prevents it? How does your approach break this cycle?
Yeah, I just talked about this with my partner, Dr. Deborah Teplow, at Stamina Lab today, and we were going back and forth and just having a really great conversation about this topic around the pressure to fall asleep, especially when you wake up at night. We're going to be doing a program on self talk, so that's where this subject came up with, and the self talk that we have. It's our brain just brains, as one of our clients says. The brain just brains, and we can't really control the self-talk that comes into our brain. It's like the wind and the clouds that fly above you. The sky above that is who you are. What difference will that make? What do you want instead? That's the sky that we're trying to identify, and everything else is just coming and going, and we're like, oh, that's interesting, and that's interesting. But one of the things that we get stuck on is this pressure to fall asleep. And one of the common recommendations is, oh, if you're laying in bed for X number of time and you can't fall asleep, you should get out of bed and try to do something with low light, like reading or something relaxing, to try to disassociate yourself from being in the bedroom and the and not falling asleep. That's fair. That's a fair solution. It comes out of cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, and it has a proven track record. But for some people, that doesn't work, or um, you don't have the option to do that, or it feels too rigid to do that. And quite frankly, for lots of people, it's just shift. It's not even shifting. It's just saying to yourself something different. Well, I like to say that when you feel that way, when you can't fall asleep, you're like, say, okay, well, that's okay. It's okay if I don't fall asleep. I'm still getting rest. I think that's something important. And rest is the key framework that we have at Solution Focused for getting sleep. But you're still getting rest, and that's good enough. I might not have as much energy as I would want to have tomorrow, but I'll be a little more tired, and I'll get some sleep the next the next night because I'll be tired. So just ratcheting down the should of having to get 7 or 8 hours, I have to fall asleep. Just know you're in bed and you're getting rest. Your body is getting rest, and switching from the goal of having to sleep to getting rest and recovery. Just that shift enough in your brain, or in the self talk you say is, it's okay. First, it's okay. I'm still getting rest. And oftentimes, just the relief of, oh crap, I don't have to fall asleep. I'm still getting rest. I'll be okay. Just that shift is enough where people get relaxed enough, and then it turns out, you know what, they drift off to sleep. Some people call it that I was I'm the sleep whisperer when I tell them that little secret. And it comes out of acceptance and commitment therapy for insomnia, actually. And it's accepting, okay, I'm not falling asleep, but that's okay. I'm still getting rest.
Yes. Having a great rest for sure. And Mr. Glenn, how does an effective solution focus wind down routine look like in 60 minutes before bed? Is it about what you add or what you remove?
So when you get that, say you get the sleep score and it's a 56. Well, that's when most people would say, okay, well, what went wrong? What didn't I do correctly? What caused that problem? Like I said, that's going down the root cause problem. It's not fun. We're looking at all the things we did wrong. We feel bad about all the things I was up too late. I watched an extra show. I had ice cream or whatever late at night, or I had some drink of alcohol. So it's always these things that we did wrong, and we're like beating ourselves up for it, and then trying to solve for that. And so, but what I like to say is when you get that really good sleep score, or you wake up and you feel really good, that's the gold. That's when you know. That's when you want to notice, what did I do? What did I do differently that allowed me to get that sleep score, or the sleep that was just right for me? What did I do then? And look at that, and look at those routines that you did, or those actions that you did the night before, or even in the morning when you woke up. And there's some specific tactical things we can talk about, which I'm happy to do, things we could do to help with your sleep. But again, that's me saying, okay, you should get sunlight first thing in the morning, and you should reduce the amount of light you get in the evening, that type of thing. But look, but I don't know, your life, your world, where you live, and where your time zone is, that might be different. Your family, or who's in your house, or what your job is, all that is different. You could have a different shift that you're working under. So it's I can't give you a one size fits all approach. So what I ask you to do is to notice those times when you sleep even just a little bit better. Now, it doesn't have to be the ideal, but even when you're just even a little bit better, what were you doing? Notice those times, and that's where the goal is. That's where to start building from. Okay, that last night I I finished the dishes, and I turned on my favorite TV show, and was able to relax and wind down. Or last night I was home. I wasn't out and about, so that allowed me to sleep. So looking for those times, and that gives you clues of how you can have a best night of sleep for you.
Mr. Glenn, what is your specific strategy for the person who falls asleep okay, but consistently wakes up at 3 a.m. with racing mind?
Yeah, yeah, and I think it's a little bit what I said before, which is um, to tell yourself, it's okay. I'm getting rest. Switching from that rest, from the sleep thinking I have to sleep, to the, oh, I'm just getting rest. And so maybe that rest looks like me just, okay, I'm just gonna breathe. Yes, so I got all these millions of thoughts going in my brain. Maybe I'm gonna just breathing is a great way to do that. Use tactically, exhaling longer than you're inhaling. That's calming your nervous system. That's taking out of the sympathetic fight fight or flight stage to the parasympathetic, which is the rest and digest stage. So we want to get into more in the calm rest and digest state. So a easy way to do that is just to exhale longer than you're inhaling. So you might be focusing on that. It might not work. You might still have all these crazy thoughts coming and going. Every time you notice that, oh, my brain was going a million miles forever there. Wait, oh, what's going on? This is so crazy. Just say, oh, welcome back. Because every time you noticed that your mind was going and going, that's the goal there. Oh, welcome back. And just smile to yourself. Welcome back. Oh, that was crazy. I was thinking for whoever. Welcome back. Let me try breathing again. Let me try breathing. Remember, I'm just here to rest. I'm just here to rest. And I might never, I might not even fall back asleep, but that's okay. Saying that's okay. I'm still getting rest. It's just accepting, I'm still getting rest, and it's okay. And,
Yes.
and paradoxically, everyone, most people fall asleep because of that. Like, oh, okay,
Relax yourself, people.
yeah,
Relax.
relax. It's
Take a
okay.
deep breath.
Yeah, deep breath, exhale longer, relax. You're getting rest.
Yes.
Your body's recovering.
Mr. Glenn, on the technology in modern life, what is the single most impactful change someone can make to their relationship with their phone and other screens to protect their sleep?
Yeah. So the common knowledge is common recommendation is, oh, turn off your devices. Don't look at them at night. There's too much light that's coming in. That's completely wrong. Completely wrong. The research was originally that came out of that a was not about causality, and so it was later studied, and using video games, high intensity video games, and Brightlish has bright lights to that pop up, and looking at how much light we get from our screens. The light we get from our screens is so little that it's not enough to really reset and keep you awake. And so if there's a Netflix show you want to watch at night, and you want to watch it even in bed, quite honestly. I mean, I don't like to have I like a TV in my bedroom, but even if you do, if there's something that relaxes you and calms you down, if it's watching, I don't know, whatever, binge watching whatever show you want to watch, and it's calming you down. Yeah, don't worry about the light. It's fine as long as it's calming and relaxing you. And even if it's something like intense, that's so crazy. Even if it's like a show that's like an action movie, which you would think would be, oh, super stimulating, but for you specifically, that's why I say it's for you. For you, if it's calming and it's something that relaxes you, then one person that could be like, oh my god, this is too much, I can't take it. But for another person, this could be like, oh, this is just the same show I watch all the time, even if it's it looks like it's intense, there's a car crash or whatever, but it's relaxing for you. That's the key. It's not about the device. It's not about the light coming out of the device. It's how you react to the content that's coming to you. If it's stimulating you, if it's getting you anxious, if it's making you stressed, that's what's causing you to stay up. Not the device, not the light that's coming out of it, and not even the content per se. It's how are you interpreting it and relaxing, reacting to it. And I think that's so important for people to just let it's okay if you want to watch your show at night. Again, it's that should that's is causing you the guilt and shame that's keeping you up. Just enjoy your show. I read my book on a Kindle on my iPad. There's a light coming out of it. It's fine. It's a relaxing light that comes on. If I want, here's a dirty little secret I have for one of my if I want to fall asleep. I put on a show called oh my god, this is so embarrassing. I don't know if I should tell you.
Go ahead, Mr. Glenn.
Oh, okay, all right. It's a show called Ancient Aliens. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, it's a show that plays this melodic music to try to get to connect you to the conspiracy, whatever that's going on, or talking about aliens. It's all nonsense. Most of it's nonsense, whatever. So I don't really have to listen to it. If I listen to some of it and I come in and out of it, so it relaxes because I don't have to pay attention that much to it, or I don't have to pay attention at all, and it just has that relaxing music to it. So I'll put that on, and it'll play a couple episodes on its own, and before it turns itself off, and I fall asleep within 5-10 minutes every single time.
Awesome. Awesome. So, Mr. Glenn, as a founder and, oh, yes, as a co founder and CEO at Glen Lab, what are your short term and long term goals?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Short-term and long-term goals. Huh. So, well, right now for coaches that we're working with, we are starting a program called Foundations and Certified Solution Focused Coaching. So you can be certified in this approach, which is about what difference will it make, what about the outcomes that people want, and not looking for whatever someone is in there thinking about their past, and there might be frustrated about it, looking for uh, signs of resilience. For example, oh, I screwed up, and I had a half of a bottle of wine last night for bed, and it hurt my sleep. I'm like, okay, well, what kept you from what kept you from drinking the whole bottle? Well, I didn't drink the whole bottle because I knew I needed to sleep, and I might disrupt it a little bit. So you didn't sleep, you didn't have the whole bottle, which would disrupt your sleep even more. So, oh, why did you do that? Noticing why you did that, or how did you manage? How did you cope? Um, and so that's looking at the past and looking in the future. If someone's frustrated, or scared or anxious, of the future, what do you want instead? What difference will that make? What's one small thing you can do to put yourself into action? So that's just the basics, a basic thing. But we're training coaches in that solution focused approach. That's part of our short term program. We also have a core health group coaching membership. And like I said, we're starting our self talk mastery quest coming up here, and it's part of the membership. We also have a sleep quest that we'll do after the new year, using our rest framework, which is I talked a little bit about today. So you join that membership there. So that's our short term goals. We'd like to be able to help long term. We like to be able to help. Uh, We'd like to be able to help, help with this mental health problem that we have with the obesity epidemic we have, and just being able to help people live a longer health span. That's basically living the longest you possibly can with the best health you can, and you can do that through really improving your behaviors. And the best way to improve your behaviors, the most joyful way to improve your behaviors, is not going down a root cause analysis and beating yourself up of what you did wrong and trying to figure out what you did wrong. It's about understanding what you want instead and what difference will it make, and working from there. And it's so much more joyful.
More joyful indeed, and good luck to your goals, Mr. Glenn, and looking forward for more success. And what
Thank
will be your
you.
piece of advice for those people out there who want to be like you?
Like me, I would say, ask yourself, what are your what do if you in the next 5 years you were looking back, and you were saying, oh, the last this 5 years, or even a year, or even 3 months, or whatever the time frame is, ask yourself, how would I know that the time I spent was worth the time? What would I notice I'd be doing right now that would tell me I would be on my path to that person that I want to be. That is really be yourself, and
Yes.
ask yourself what that would be.
Be yourself, people. And thank you for that advice, Mr. Glenn. So, what are the specific signs that someone's sleep issues might require professional help beyond a solution focused self help approach?
Well, what signs would they want to have, as far as wanting to get coaching help? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I think if you've been trying to make changes in your life, and you feel like you haven't been able to be successful, or you haven't been able to do it as fast as you'd like, then I think that's when coaching will help you. Or if you even want to, perform even just a bit better, you're doing well, but you want to even do even better. That's where coaching comes into play. That's where I look and say, oh, I want a little bit of. I have coaches. I have lots of coaches myself. I have a running coach. I have my Dr. Tello, my partner, is my coach, and all the coaches I've ever had in my life have always been able to just take me to another level, ask me the questions that I didn't know I needed to be asked.
Mr. Glenn, before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people. My other podcast, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season, abstract poetry in second season, and my book 101 review in fifth season too, comedy 101 in second season, and my food 101 in fifth season as well, geography 101 in fourth season, and my baby podcast, Law 101, and mental health 101, love letters in fourth season, as well as my movie 101 review and music 101 and science 101 and sex 101 in its first season. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. So, Mr. Glenn, in the end, goal of this approach simply more hours of sleep, or is it more profound sense of a daytime energy, resilience, and overall well-being?
Yeah, it's what difference will it make for you to have the sleep that you want to have, and then what are you going to do with that time you have awake? You know, what are your best hopes for the next week, year, month, and work your way back. What would you notice you'd be doing that would tell you that you're on that path? Even the smallest thing. And then you're listening to this podcast, so you're already on that path.
Definitely, Mr. Glenn. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. So, can you please invite our listeners to support your advocacy, your projects, or anything you want to promote?
Yeah, visit staminalab.io. That's staminalab.io. You can learn about our group coaching membership and join our quest. You can download a Wake Up Recovery Guide. It talks about what we talked about today and how you can what you can do if you wake up in the middle of the night. And also then visit our social media, our YouTube channel. I'd love to have you subscribe to that. That's at Stamina Lab TV. Thank you, Daniel.
Yes, people, let's support the Stam and Love, because if you support them, for sure, more and more empowering breakthrough of is living to come. So, Mr. Glenn, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Daniel. It's been wonderful.
More to come, people. See you soon.